Hello everyone, Danny here today to talk to you about the next book in the Chaos Seeds series by Aleron Kong. Narrated by Nick Podehl, who's done the entire series. The name of the book is The Land Swarm. Now, the last book ended on a cliffhanger. It ended with Richter heading into battle with a stone giant. This book picks up right where that left off, as to be expected. And you get this big, beautiful battle with this stone giant, which was one of the better battles of the entire series so far. I loved this battle. There have been a few battles that felt more like a video game than like a book. This didn't feel that way at all. This one felt like a true battle. It was really good, really well done. The book, however, has a serious lull in it. And it's kind of strange because the lull is occurring while it's actually addressing, something that I had wanted to see it address a little bit more. And that's the village. So they have this battle with the giant. And then the rest of the book, it focuses around him and the village and the people in the village. You get introduced to some new, very interesting characters in the village that you hadn't met before. Richter, in the book, gains some new pets. I'll call them new creatures that you know are going to play a major role later in the book series. But it has that long lull in it. And what do I mean by a long lull? It's got this period where all Richter does for a long stretch of time is just upgrade. There are no battles. There are battles, but you're not told about the battles. All you're told is that, okay, so this is Richter's daily routine. He gets up, he practices, he goes out and fights, he comes back, he has sex with these other people, he goes and he practices some more, and then you're given these long lists of shopping decisions that Richter gets to make. Bing, you have earned da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and it goes through and it lists everything about that. Bing, you have earned da-da-da. It costs so many experience points. My nose is itching. I'm about to sneeze. I'll apologize ahead of time. And there's a long stretch where there's really no drama. There's no action. He has interaction with the other people of the village, so there's stuff that's happening, but the majority of what is happening is just a lot of rapid upgrades. And for me, it felt like I was walking through the mall with my wife, and she's wanting to go buy this, and she's wanting to go buy this, and none of it is anything that I have the remotest care about, and so I'm just like along to carry bags, and I'm zoning out doing my own thing. And during this stretch of the book, I would find long periods of time to where all of a sudden I would realize, oh, crap, I've zoned out and I haven't listened to anything. I can tell by what they're talking about. I haven't missed anything. I'm not going to rewind and go backwards. I was worried that was going to be the new trend in the book, that the book was going to stick with that, and from now on, that was what the series was going to be, just a whole bunch of rapid upgrades and stuff. And I would actually, I've only listened to these books on Audible. I'd be very curious to see a print version of the book, because I almost wonder if in the print version what you have is you have the storyline, and then when you get these shopping lists, if you don't have appendixes, and I don't know if you'd call them appendixes, but anyhow, you could glance and see more like just a sheet that lists everything on it, and then it goes back to the story. So if you wanted to, you could read through all that data. But if you weren't interested in it, it would be easy to glance through really quick, like, and move on with the story itself. That would make more sense, especially with the length of this book. This was one of the longer, if not the longest, of these books so far. And the majority of the book is made up of these shopping lists and them describing these different items. It doesn't just say, hey, you have available swallowing mist. No, it's you have available swallowing mist. This is a spell of dark magic. It costs so much. It does so much. This, that, and the other thing. And then options. If he buys that, there'll be options that will open up for other stuff that he can buy, and they go through his thought processes and everything else. And I'd be curious in the book, is it easy to skip past that? Because, of course, with Nick Podehl reading it, he's reading the entire book, so it's not easy to skip past it, and you're forced to listen to all of it. When the book finally picks up, it does beautifully. You have the birth of the sprites, and something special happens with them. You're going to have to listen to the book. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but they're not just normal sprites. It's Richter, so nothing is normal around Richter. He's a chaos seed. He was brought into this world to create chaos, and so there's not going to be anything normal that's going to happen around him. The last book, if you watch the video, I'll put links to the videos. If you watch the video, one of the things that I had not liked about the last book, 100% of the humor of the last book had felt very sophomoric and childish. It was all about, body parts and bodily functions. Yes, that humor has been a part of the series. And yes, that humor was definitely in this book, but the humor expanded in this book. There was other humor involved in the book as well, which was what I wanted. I didn't want to completely get rid of the sophomoric humor, but kind of expanded a little bit, and they did that in this book. The humor does get expanded, and it loses that kind of a sophomoric feel throughout the entire book. There's more sex in this book than in any of the other books. There's, of course, foul language. There has been through all of them. It's definitely a series intended for mature audiences. The sex is never graphic. It's not even really descriptive as to what happened. It's just made clear that the sex lasted like all night long because they took special potions, or that the sex involves him and multiple people, kind of a thing. I mean, it's definite sex there, and it covers a variety of genders, and I don't know what the correct term for things are, but it's more in this book than in any of the other books. There's a final battle at the end of the book, which was every bit as good as the battle with the giant. Every bit as good as that battle. I love the battle at the beginning of the book. I love the battle at the end of the book. And the book ends on a literal cliffhanger. Totally catches you by surprise when the book ends. I was driving, so I told you I've moved to an office job now, but I kept my CDL. I'm still used to do driver rescues and different things like that. And so I was driving to do a driver rescue and listening to this huge battle and everything else, and then the book ended and caught me totally by surprise. I hadn't paid attention to the time left on the book, because with Audible, you can see the time that you have left on the book. If I'd have done that, I wouldn't have been caught by surprise, but I was. And my first thought was, wow, that's a literal cliffhanger. And it is a quite literal cliffhanger. And if you want to know what I mean, you'll have to listen to the book. Prepare yourself, though. There will be that long stretch in the very middle of the book. And you don't really want to skip past it. Like I said, I zone out for periods of times, and then something would happen that would bring me back to the book. So you're going to want to listen, because there are things that happen in the middle of the book that are important. And later on in the story, you'll be going, wait a minute. When did he gain that? Whoa, who's that? Kind of a thing. Whoa, wait, why are they doing what they're doing? If you don't listen to that. But there will be those long stretches of shopping mall experiences, for lack of a better thing. When I was in the center of the book, kind of going through that, my thought process was, wow, I'm really going to need a break when I'm done with this book. Then you got that amazing battle at the end that ends on a cliffhanger, and I'm like, wow, I can't wait to jump into the next book in the series. I do, however, have a couple of books that I have been asked to review, so I'm gonna my next couple of reviews will go away from the Chaos Seeds, but then they're gonna come rapidly right back to it, because I want to see what happened. I want to see what's coming next. That ending was a great ending, probably the best ending of any of the books so far. And you're starting, you still don't have an idea of what the overall plot line for the world that he's been drawn into is. I mean, you've been given the hints that, hey, there's something going on in the larger world, that someone's brought chaos seeds into this world. They've used the term chaos seeds, so I assume there's more than one, but so far the only one you've been introduced to is Richter, and you have no clue what that larger plotline is. The ending of this book kind of, I'm trying to think of how to word this, because it doesn't really bring the outside world into it. It's more like it opens the door on the village. You've been all focused inside of the village, inside the mist surrounding the village. And then the ending of the book kind of opens that door and lets in some of the outer sunlight, so you can see, okay, I think this series is getting ready to expand on that storyline and to go in a direction that I've been wanting to see this series go. If you like my video, please hit the like button. If you like my channel, if you just like books, audiobooks, regular books, whatever, subscribe. Join me on my audiobook journey. Questions, comments, feedback, put them in the comment section. I promise I will answer you. But most importantly, no matter what else you do today, make sure that today you listen to at least one really good audiobook, and I recommend any of the Chaos Seed series by Aleron Kong. Thank you.